Hello and welcome. First thing first, if you are following on from the Gotham City update, this is the one. This is from the video diary, so you have found the right live. Hopefully everybody is okay, fit and well. So if you are watching this back, let me know in the comments below what you think, or in the comments in the previous video. We are going to discuss a lot this evening. So plan of attack is to create a Gotham City. We've been bouncing ideas around left, right and centre. But tonight is a night where we are going to do our very, very best to figure out exactly what is what. We've come up with so many different ideas that I thought this is it now. We need to get a base level done. Now that base level potentially now might have changed because as it's been made to aware of my attention by a couple of people, mainly J Toy Collections UK, that Gotham is on a island. Now the island obviously needs water, so we can't just put the road down, which means that the tunnels out will now need to go. They can now be replaced with an idea that we got with Mr. Freeze, which will be good. And then hopefully we can add in all the other bits and pieces with the water and everything else, figure out where we're going to do some boats, because obviously in the Dark Knight they have the boat scene, so we want to add them in. They're going to have to go at the front. We have, between me and Jay, actually mapped out some of the grids, so it'll be a little bit easier for me to explain on this, but it does mean that the bottom tier now is going to be raised up. That can all be derelict and deserted and everything like that. And then what it would have been the ground level is now going to be level number 3 with the roads and everything going around the outside. So with regards to structure, nothing's really changed apart from adding in this bottom piece. But the good thing about this bottom bit is we can add in all the penguin scenes, loads of piping, adding a Mr. Freeze bit in. So here, for example, we can cover them over with some white. We can have Mr. Freeze stood there, and then I can add in a load of these with the clears. So they're the wedges, and he can just be stood there. So that will hide the gap, which would be perfect. Put some water all the way down this bit, and then we will have a thin section for water just there as well. So that is the plan of attack for that. So hopefully that one is dead. There we go. I'll do. Get him over there. Yeah, so that's hopefully what we're going to be doing this evening. We'll wait for people to get notified. My Instagram has just gone live, so that is okay. So hopefully in a couple of minutes people will get the reminder to come in, and hopefully we can just crack on. So yeah, we've got still 16 by 16s. So we've got the one there through, and then this will be water as well, so we can start putting some base plates down, leave the space for the boats, and then what I can do is start getting the bricks, start getting some lemon and start building them up and figure out if it's going to be that deep where we can make a little penguin display, other bits and pieces, what else goes underneath, sort of it's almost like mini habitat things that we're going to put in to the foundations, basically, just to allow water to go around. And obviously we can create all the openings for the pipes and stuff like that, so we can draw them up and write them down and just sort of crack on with it. So that'll be good. But obviously this is all your idea, so hopefully I won't have to waffle on too long and everybody will start turning up, because sometimes it's absolutely ramsacked, and then sometimes it just takes ages for people to get notified, which is really annoying, especially when the lives get saved. But it is what it is at the moment. When the channel grows, we won't have this staggered delay, hopefully, and we can just sort of attack it straight away, which will be perfect. But we're still sticking to 16 by 16, so it is 4 base plates wide, 7 base plates long. That is what is the space that we've got to play with. But we need to add a bridge, which obviously there's plenty of famous scenes with the bridge for all the Batman films. So when we go up a tier, we can then make a bridge going over the water, because we couldn't have done that either, because it was all going to be on the ground level. So it's very much a case of just raising it up a couple of bricks high, really, and then adding the next tier on. So it doesn't have to be super high, but it is now going to be a case of figuring out how we can get the bricks underneath, because obviously they don't connect to the base plates. They connect to these chunkier ones, but they won't connect to the 16 by 16s that we've got, which is a little bit annoying. But even if it was just 4 bricks and then we added in the next level with all the Technic supports and did all that properly, that would be absolutely fine. But that is going to be a thing to overcome, because I'm not 100% sure how we can get the next base level on. So again, if you are watching this from the video diary, let me know, because my head is spinning at the moment and I am on a countdown to get away. I go away on Sunday. Today is Monday, so I've got to make sure I've got everything, all the cameras and everything ready, and I can just order some bits and pieces if I need to, and then we can just hit the ground running again in a week or two. Well, it would be probably on this, it'll be fortnight from now. No, 3 weeks from now it'll be, because I'll be there next Tuesday and I'll be travelling back the following Tuesday. So I don't know if I'll be back in time to do a live. Might do, depends how jet lagged I am. And then we can just carry on from there. So we'll get some ideas down. Got to figure out how we're going to raise it from the very, very sort of ground level. It's just to be a little bit more accurate with regards to what we can add in for the water side of stuff. I have got the water wedges for the cheese. I've got it for orange, which we could use for sparks and fire. And I need to get some clear bits and pieces for obviously when Mr. Freeze will be freezing over the side, so it'll be a mix of water and white, which would be nice. So that is actually something I could potentially design this evening and just have it there and see what it looks like. And it'll be on the white base plates. Not that it actually matters, because yes, it will be on the white base plates, and it will matter because you're going to see it through the block of cheese. So I've got a couple of them, so I might as well just start, because it's always very, very awkward. I'm here sat talking to myself and I need to talk to make it interesting. If I could edit it and just say skip to 10 minutes, or take the there must be a way of taking this bit out. Must be. If I can figure that out, I can just sit here and not say anything until you guys turn up, which would be much easier. So I have got the whites. We don't need the browns, and I have a load of blue. Now, if anybody's waiting for the Star Wars stuff, we're going to be talking about that tomorrow, and then again getting that all prepped ready for next week. But this Mr. Freeze bit will work, I do believe, and yeah, we can just crack on and get it done. Add a bit of white, add a bit of texture. Can't add any brown because obviously it's supposed to be water. Whoever has just liked the video, thanking you very much indeed, massively appreciated. But yeah, let's have a good one this evening. See what we can do. Got to figure out what pattern we can do. This was me, Mr. J. Dogwell, starting to do the Mr. Freeze back wall. Killian, how are we? Well, see, it's so bizarre. I've just been saying for the last 8 minutes that I need to figure out a way of cutting off the first part of the live so I don't actually have to say anything. Otherwise, I'm just here talking absolute nonsense. But this is actually a follow-on, so I have to talk to the video diary that we're doing. So it means that anybody's watching up the progress will finish on the video diary, and it carries on with this. It's a bit like the DC universe needing Disney Plus. See, clever. So Killian is in on the know, Jay. So you guys can carry on talking about how we're going to add the water underneath. The biggest thing that I need to figure out is how thick we make the central tier to add in like a little minifigure display before we then add on the Scumsville. And then the next tier would obviously be the luxurious bit. So Killian, the thing that I didn't say to you in the message, because I don't want to be bombarding everybody with it outside of this, is that we figured out a way of getting a bridge in, which means we can do the Dark Knight, all the scenes from any of the bridges, so we can have a bridge up, or we can do whatever. So the plan is with the structure. Obviously, I've just literally thrown these down. Is we'll put water at the front, and then we'll get some bricks and start building up there, and then from there we can then add in like the figures and different bits and pieces like that, which will be good. But we've also got the bits and pieces on the side to add in. No, so what we're going to do, we will do tunnels, Killian, but the plan is to hide these because it's technically going to be where the water is. To hide it, we thought we'll put Mr. Freeze and would have him freezing the water. And that was Jay's idea, which would work. So I can put a couple of those, have Mr. Freeze stood there freezing it, and have the water semi-frozen. And because I've got a load of clear pieces, I've got the wedges. I just need to get some clear wedges. I can use the white tiles, so he can be freezing the back. So that'll work. And then the next bit up, we can add in tunnels. We can add in bits and pieces, because I think what we can do is we can add in the tunnel on the what is now going to be the main, obviously the first horrible bit, because it's a case of how could we connect the two levels. So now we can add the tunnel in to give the illusion they can get from top to bottom. So the potentially what we can do is because that back bit's going to be an issue with the gappage. Freeze could be stood there, but where we build with the brick, so I'll use this bit. So where we're going to be building up, say it would be yay high, and that'll be the roof. Obviously underneath is where we can do a sewer scene with the penguin and everything else like that, which would be perfect. And that would just be in front of the water, which would be ideal. So we can use the whole front bit by the water and then the side bit by my laptop as sort of like diorama bits where we can add in anything that's underground with piping and everything else like that, which will allow us just to put the water on this front L, and then we can use Mr. Freeze to freeze the back. So that's all hidden. And then we go up to what we were talking about, but that does mean if we just have a load of battered road plates instead of having the fancy ones, we can then add in a really big derelict thing by using the chemicals, plant and all that side of stuff. And then the next level up is where we can then put the road plates and make it look really nice, because the next level will be the biggest level where we can add in all the road plates, we can add in everything. So that look really, really smart. But yes, it is just figuring out how we can get the structural supports in, and how do I get the base plates up? Yeah, show me some of the Jim Lee Hush ideas, but I need to figure out how we can build up, and then what we can use for the actual first level from the water. But as we decide and discuss, I thought I will just start putting these bits on. So I've got a load of these whites that don't get used. I've got some water wedges, and I can just finish these off to give the illusion that it's going to be frozen, and then add in some of the clear ones when I can get them on the floor, so it looks like he's not just standing on water. Obviously, I can't add any brown, so I've got to be careful not to add those in. We don't want a brown stain. But does that make sense? Yeah, that's it. It's gonna have to be something like that, because obviously the first guy used the Technic, didn't he? But it's just, how do we get right? Okay, this is the thing for anybody that's watching this back as part of the video diary. Anything we're gonna have on the next level, just big base plates, aren't we, to build on? So they could be brown road plates. It's all going to be deserted, and I can just make some custom road going out of a bridge that's just going to be deserted. The next level up will actually be really easy, because it's just going to be battered buildings that you guys are going to design. But the bricks obviously don't connect to the bottom of the base plates. So I don't know how we can get these supported unless we use all of the art ones still, and do all the 16 by 16 Technic art ones like we were going to use, and use them on both tiers. Because if I just have this base plate down, and for example, if I just put these on, make that a little bit higher, like so. That would then be against the water like that. So we do that against the water. That will be where we can design whatever. And then obviously we can build a back wall up to hide everything. And then we just go however high we want to go, and then the next tier starts. So we can have this all the way at the front of the water and going this way for a little bit. And then we can go from there. But yeah, it's going to be fruity. It's going to be fruity because obviously it's got to have some sort of support, which will be good. But as we're talking about that, I thought I'll get on with this, make a freeze wall. It's just going to go on those 2 or 3. So as by the name of the title, what little things can you guys design to go underneath in those little scenarios? That's going to be the next protocol. That'll be a thing that we need to think of and do. Yeah, any little mini builds you want to put on there, let me know. This sort of thing for a freeze wall might work. It's going to be like, it's only going to be, say, 6 bricks deep, isn't it? Yeah, if we had it 6 bricks deep and it's just however long we want to make it long, we can then just design some little bits and pieces. It's obviously got to be raised up from the water ever so slightly. And then we make the back wall and the ceiling over the top of it. And then from there we add the next tier. So it just looks like it's underground. Which would be quite cool. If I bodge it, just to give the idea. All right, dude, no worries. Enjoy making your butter pudding. But yeah, if you suddenly come up with an ingenious idea, obviously do share. Don't know how tall the minifigures. What am I using? He fit. Somebody did say pudding. Yeah, Jay's going to be making pudding, so he's going to be excited about that. So, Manny, we're going to be making little. Also, I'll give you the brick sizes. Little designs to go on the lower levels. We need to add in some water before we then do everything that we spoke about. So, obviously, I've only added like a handful of bricks, so you get the idea. But we're going to have water at the bottom, obviously not that. 2 studs high to give it that different level. And then in here, we can then design something. Obviously, it'll be bricked all the way. And it doesn't have to be, it can just be solid on those pieces. And it can come round the front as well. And then this will be where potentially either the next tier starts, or we have the structural supports from here, and then we go through. That is what I want everybody to design with regards to, do we put piping in the bricks right at the very bottom, and then do we just leave, it'd be 6 studs deep, however long wide it needs to be, to add in penguin scenes and stuff. And then I'm going to hide the gaps on this bottom tier with the jobby. You can tell I'm tired. Far too tired. With Mr. Freeze. That's who he is. Mr. Freeze. And this way it allows us to add a bridge and stuff. So if anybody can create little habitats, feel free, send me some photos. And yeah, we can go from there. Which would be quite cool. But yeah, those even that brickwork could be absolutely knackered. So yeah, something like that would work. I can leave some bricks. I can leave some brick space for pipes. But that's the plan. That's the plan, Mandy. Oh, yeah, everybody's got brilliant ideas, dude. Yeah, you're all much more switched on than me. But yeah, I'm just gonna hide the gaps at the back with this, so I'll get Phil Mandy in because this is the difference now. So where these tunnels are going to go, Mandy, we're going to have these off. I'll just do 2. Because I don't think you're going to see any further. If you see any further, then fair enough. And then we can have the boat scene from The Dark Knight on what would be the equivalent of the first 4 16 by 16s. And then obviously we'll have the gap. So in that gap, we can just have Mr. Freeze stood there. Jobs are good. And then past that point, you're not really going to see it. So that's fine. But that means now this is all going to be the ground level. So I can leave some gaps, put some pipe work out and yada, yada, yada. Block that off, build another one, build another one, build another one here and here. And then past that, again, you're not really going to see it. And then from the next level up, that's where all the really deserted buildings are, where they've got the chemical factory and we can make bigger things. And then we have the bridge coming out. But these little micro bits, what's that? No more than 6 studs. I mean, technically it'd be 5, but I need 6 stud wide. So we've got 5 studs in front and we can just make it as long as you guys want it. So if you've got any teeny tiny base plates and you have some spare bricks, get involved. Send me some photos of even just the wrong figures. I've just put one of them in for scale, and we can just see what it looks like out the front of the water, and yeah, should be hopefully good to go. But we want to make this look splendid. So have I been DM'd? No, not yet. To everybody that has liked the video, thank you. It's 6 deep, Mandy. That's all you need to know. 6 studs deep. It's just like little micro things. So what I've done here, obviously the back will be bricked off, and you just have this little space, however long you want it. You got to remember it's underground scene is what it's going to be. So we're going to have the water raised up so you can see that there's a little gap there. And then we will have the equivalent of 4 16 by 16 length, and then maybe another 1 going behind it. Yeah, so you've got 5 studs basically. Yeah, it's the brick wall on the back plus 5 studs in front. Just because I think that'll work for depth. I mean, we can make it deeper. Obviously, we can add in 1 lengthways if you want to, because this is all for peekaboo holes. And then we can build the walls up around it. And it's just a bit like how they've got it in the Lego store, where they've got the clear plexiglass bits already built around the boxes. The boxes will be solid brickwork, and then the clear bricks will be our little diagram stuff. But yeah, you can, instead of having it that way, if you wanted to go deeper and you can get a photo looking in, that's fine. And then underneath we can add some pipes and stuff. Ginty, how are we? Everything okay? How is everything going? How's the fish tank design going, Ginty? We're doing a little micro build, Ginty. with regards to whatever you want to do. Okay, bud, give me a sec. It's just 6 studs deep. Make it as derelict as you like. I'm just going to put a couple more bricks in on this. Oh, well done. Why would you do that for, Joe? Not ideal, sir. Not ideal for you. Ooh. Mandy's testing the limits of her Wi-Fi. Yeah, so I am just doing this extremely quickly. I'm just putting some of these down, just so we can see what is what. And I'll show you, and then sort of get an idea with it being pipes and water and stuff. So it shouldn't be too difficult to do. It's just a case of how do we attach the next tier. That's the roof. All right, Killian, I will have a look now, sir. Having a look. Obviously, I'm doing all this with the wrong colours. It's just to get, just so you guys can see. Yeah, that's it, bud. Something like that, exactly like that. Yeah, and in the cutout rock will just be these little bits and pieces. So that's what it'll be. It'll just be blocked off. Yeah, exactly that. The front of it will be water, big pipe down the middle. So you've got that big drainage pipe will be absolutely perfect. So I leave space going into that. And then just in the rocks where you've got it on that corner, that's where I'm building this thing now. So that's what Killian's just sent as a little diagram, guys. Hang on, I'll get there. So you've got the rocks on there. It will pick up. You will pick up. There you go. Yeah, where the rocks is or are, we'll just have them cut in every so often. So we'll have one there build it up so it's solid, pipe in the middle, another scenario, bit of brickwork, another scenario, and then all the way up by the monster can will just be it all built up. And then what was going to go on the table, we will just go above it. So that should be all right. But yeah, that's basically it, Killian. Yeah, that's how it should be. Yeah, yes, and yes, that should be spot on. Yeah, it's just directly underneath. Yeah, that just gets raised up. This goes underneath. And we just come up with some of those bits and pieces, and I can do the Mr. Freeze on that side just to hide these two, which will be fine. And then we'll have a little bit of water by the laptop. Well, this is the thing, Mandy. I don't know how high to go up. This is the problem, because what we're obviously doing, it's going to be under Gotham, so this is going to be sort of the underneath, but it's got to be raised up by. Well, I was going to do it 2 studs, 2 bricks, so you can see it. So hang on, I'll read all that in a sec. So I was going to go two up, and obviously have it cracked, have an open area, and then go about that high. So I don't know if we want that directly over the top of his head, so it's not as tall, or what. but that is currently 1, 2 little chunky base plate, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I've done it 8. It's 8 high. Obviously it'll be built in, it's not going to be open like that, but that's sort of you get the idea, don't you? And then beside it, it'll be completely solid, like your diagram, Killian, and then it'll be an open thing, and then it'll be solid again, and then that hole here will be frozen over, so we just hide that hole, and then the next level will just start from there. But we need to make up a couple of these so we can do the penguin scene. We can do stuff. I just need to know what stuff you guys would like to add in, and obviously we can get the colors stuff. So it'll be from the plate upwards. Sorry, Mandy. From the plate upwards, it's 1, 2. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plate to plate is 6 high, Mandy. It's 8 in total. 6 high. Yeah. It's from basically where the minifigures stand to its roof. It's 6 plates high. Well done, Mrs. Jobwell. Perfect stuff. When it arrives, Jay, you have to send us a photo. Jay's found a really good Mr. Freeze. If you can send the photo over, Jay, then I will share it and show. Yeah, I think so. I think obviously the water will just be water, and then where I'm doing it in tan, it'll all be grey. And then the next level up, I think we should do it in tan, which is all going to be just the chemical factory and just all the other ideas that you've got for a deserted level. It's basically got to be a town that's really run down and battered, doesn't it? And then we can have the tunnel going out to give it the illusion that it's coming back in. So instead of having 2 tunnels side by side, we can have a tunnel at the top and a tunnel below, but the tunnel at the top could potentially be blocked off, or the tunnel below could be blocked off, whatever. And then the bridge coming from the horrible level is also going to be there. But yeah, it's literally a case of make it as long as you want and just figure out what scenes you want. And it obviously can go deeper as well, Mandy, so it doesn't matter. As long as it's 6, it's just 6 bricks. You can make it whatever you like, because the wall will just go behind it. It's just going to be cut into that ground level. So probably ideally it doesn't want to be all the same depth. It wants to be narrow and deeper. And obviously with the pipe, we can go in deeper and potentially two ways as well. We can have it my end where the can is, and in the middle potentially. But yeah, that's the gist, that sort of thing. And then it's just you guys can design it all and go from there. But yeah, 6 to 6 works all right, because I've got the it's just high enough for the figures. And I think that the bricks across the bottom, I'll have them more wholly, and you can sort of see in, and I can just put a couple of water tiles down it, so it looks like it's sort of built up over the water as well, without spending an absolute fortune in money and time on the tiles. But these, I have had these and not been able to use them, and you can't use them in Hoth because Hoth isn't perfectly flat; it's all study. But this will work fine. So these can be added to this. So yeah, you guys design away. I keep saying it, I know it's really weird that we're doing it live, but anybody that has actually found this and has watched it back, let me know in the comments your thoughts, because we won't progress until well after the video diary gets uploaded. So if you're wondering what I'm going on about, it will all make sense. I've had to plan that far ahead. All right, Mandy, not a problem. Enjoy yourself. Just let me know what scene you're thinking. Yeah, so the water at the front is going to be 4 16s at the front. That's all going to be water. And then we're going to have this sort of 8 brick high in total sort of base, so you can see in with the cuttings and just allow the next level to have a not very high bridge, but it'll do the trick. That will then all be battered city, which again, if you guys have the pieces, you want to start thinking of what you can do up on the next level, then we can go for it. And the one up from that will be where we'll then put all the roads. We can make all the nice buildings and stuff. Yes, Ginty. So I'm glad you said that, because in that light diagram that Killian sent through, in the deserted city, we want to put in the factory. There is a name, Killian and Jane, everybody else knows it. It's just that I don't. But whatever the factory is with the toxic waste, where the Joker falls into it, or sometimes I guess Harley Quinn falls into it, or whatever, we can have that oozing gunk out through the pipes with the green translucent bricks, because it would be technically the level above it, so it can just be dripping out these big sort of manhole pipes, and then we can have the toxic barrels and everything. We also want an alleyway with fire and stuff. So that's it, Ace. Thank you, Jay. Ace Chemicals. But yeah, if you've got just a teeny tiny plate, and you can think of a scenario, and you've got a bin and you've got some minifigures, and you can just design something where there's people around fire or whatever. I just want to put all of these little bits in, because these are what's going to happen on this level and the next. And the next level is just going to be all deserted, rundown Ace Chemicals on fire, so we can add in a load of the fire, oozing toxic. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. But yeah, this is just going to be hopefully. Yeah, I've got the neon green. I've got some more neon green translucent bricks, which is pretty cool. And I have got some old space sets with the green discs that could go over the bins. So if I've got we can use some of that. But yeah, toxic barrels, Ginty, that's a really clean idea. I like that. Yeah, we can add that in on the fancy level. But any sort of horribleness that you can think of, because this is going to be good for the. This will be where your penguin scene is going to go, Ginty. So we can add in some bits and pieces like that. But again, we can go length, we can go depth. Doesn't really matter. But I've just got a couple of 6 deep, which is what the first one's going to be. But if we want to make a 16 base plate deep one, we could do. Yeah, whatever. However you want to do it, guys. It's just if we want because it'd be fine to do. We can just plonk that in, raise it up by 2. But that's where I need your guys' help, because I don't know how to connect it up. But if we're using the 16 by 16s for the art sets, then I'll obviously try and order those, get those pins together, and then I'll just customize a load of tan and diseased roads and put one of the cars up there. Yeah, so the idea, Ginty, is try and recreate the boat scene from the Dark Knight. You know, where the Joker's stood over, and they've got the detonator. I thought would be quite a nice little thing to do. Yeah, it's just as hard as it is to think about it, we just need to make sure that we have we don't miss anything, because obviously as we build up, I can't take it apart. I think I've got the penguin duck, Ginty. Yeah, so that's going to be added in. That's what I mean. So where we've got, obviously forget what it looks like, but where this water is, this bit here where this chappie is, that could be a penguin scene. And then we're going to have a big sort of water duct tunnel. And in all fairness, if Killian and everybody else is Tsar, we can have the bit there and then coming out to the side, because this bit will be a bit of water as well, and then Freeze will be over there freezing stuff. So that could work. J. Dowell, you have a message. don't forget, guys, if you want to speak to each other, you can, if you at each other's name when the chat gets busy, it will notify them if they're in the chat, so they'll see it. Yeah, I've got one of the ones, but I could get the penguin duck. Well, that's the thing, actually, Killian, because if we're going to say, for example, we want to do that scene with the duck and everything, it'll probably have to go on a 16 by 16, and we could have that on the side right here. So it could go just there, like that, on that plate. So we could do all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So I've said just make it to a 6 stud deep, because I thought you guys might have some of them, but I think now we're probably going to be having them going that way, having them that way on bigger plates. But the height will have to be the same. It's got to be 8 bricks high. It's 8 bricks in total, but six high or whatever I said it was. 6, yeah, 6. So yeah, Ginty, if you have anything that you can sort of build up just as a rough idea. Yeah, that's true. What, just the duck coming out the big pipe? What, rather than creating a cut-in where they're all there, just have him going in? Yep, that'll work. That way, we don't need to make massive depth display bits then. You're doing what? It's taken 42 minutes, but the chat's got filthy, like normal. Absolutely. What do we think? Obviously, I haven't filled it all in, but that for him freezing stuff, I won't go too high because I don't know how high you're going to see. That one, obviously, you're going to see all of it, but the next one, I'm not too sure. So, but as a frozen wall, does that work? Where you got water and ice. I leave some. I obviously peel some of the blue out and add some clear ones in. So obviously, ideally, I would just have the whole wall of these things, but I can't add too many of them in because I haven't got the clear ones. If I had the clear ones, I'd add in a lot of them, but I haven't. Well, the boats are going to be there though, Killian. That's the thing. This is the other thing. When it gets built up, you're not going to see the tunnel because it's going to be, so where that can is, and we're sat there, you're not going to see it because it's going to be built up. And obviously this is all going to be water, and it's going to go water around the bottom. So we're going to have to build a tunnel up on the next level. Mr. Brewels, how are we? We are designing and debating about what goes where for this new display. More of a 32 double D. Greedy Killian. Or 3D. But yeah, I can make it more fruity, but obviously I need to take some of these out, but I haven't got the other one, so I'm just doing this as a thing. Yeah, so what we've what everybody's come up with is that obviously Gotham City is on an island, so it needs water around it, which means we're gonna have to raise it up a little bit. But then that adds in problems of where we had the tunnels won't be where the tunnels are because there'll be water there, which means the tunnels will have to go up, but it doesn't mean we can have a bridge. So everything's sort of just coming up. But yeah, everybody's building some little bits and pieces with regards to what could be cut into the rock face. So if you've got any ideas, dude, shout them out. Yep, shout them out. But yeah, that's potential. That might be something. Yeah, we have freezing off the gaps, a tunnel going above. We can have a tunnel going directly above Killian if you want to. Because the next level up, you'd have a tunnel going into the city rather than under the table. So that is that there. Obviously, the next base plate will be on. Base plate be on. Goes all the way up. I'll leave that there and see what that looks like. But take these up. We can have a look. Well, before we can put stuff down, we just need to figure out exactly how many of these diorama things we want in. We've got the space for the water, so that's spot on. This whole base level, we need to figure out how we can structurally support something. And then the next tier up from that would be where Ace Chemicals and everything goes. It's just how we get from the water up, basically. That's the thing at the moment. Just with what happens with that. Yeah, I can't figure. I suppose the problem we've got is that I'm going to need to get the art bits because it's the only thing that's going to take the brick, isn't it? And then we can add in the structural supports from that upwards with the Technic pins. I think. I think it gives the illusion. Ah, Monday. Right, Monday's on fire, literally. Check that out. Hang on, I'll bring the easier. I just did that. So Mandy is building a little diorama for the alleyway, which would be perfect. So we've got the green, load of fire, 2 roof, spot on. Do you want that? Is that for underneath, Mandy? Is that for the tier that we're doing currently? We could have that by the by wherever. We could have that look because it looks like it's got the toxic dripping down, so that would work nice. Yeah, all sorts of that, guys. Any sort of ideas you've got like that, let us know. Let us know. this one, we can have whatever you want in there, and then it'll just be blocked off for a couple. Have the tunnel in going through. How wide do you think we should have this tunnel? Because that's something that I can actually tile. We could get that tiled and placed, so that'd be done, which would be good. We can have that set in stone then. I like that, Mandy. That is smart. Their tunnels are quite big, aren't they? I suppose we can have 2 brickwork, leave space for a tunnel. The tunnel could be, what, 6, 8 studs wide? What do we think? And I've got to figure out how I can actually make that shape. So I'm going to need to find all the parts of that, but leave the space. DM slipped in. Has it landed? Nothing yet, dude. No DM yet. I've got it. Got it here. I could just tile that with some water and tile the water coming out the other way, which is something I can do right now. Not landed yet, buddy. As soon as it lands, I'll let you know. But there we go. Let's potentially go 8. Because we could have an L-shape tunnelway, couldn't we? Behind one of the dioramas. So we could have a tunnel and a tunnel, which would look quite smart, and then the next diorama. Because that's 2. That's 2 off. So I put them there just as rough placement, which would be ideal. Oh, has it come through? Yes, there we go. Yeah, that makes sense, dude. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. Yeah, it depends. We use those row plates on that level though, because if we don't use the row plates and we just use whatever plate. So, Killian's just sent us an idea with regarding, we're doing whatever, and then we've got that clip, which that's obviously where I've got that grey bit there. But if we just customize everything and then we use the new city plates on the fancy level rather than the dirty level, or we just have the road going down the middle and the next level it goes up around the outside, so it's something slightly different. But I suppose whatever we use, we could use with those clipping plates anyway, couldn't we? So that would, yeah, okay, all right, that makes sense. But it's how it doesn't break in the middle. So it's going to need to be Technic pinned and everything together, isn't it? Otherwise, I'm going to have to build on the whole thing and raise it all up with bricks, rather than if it's like the art sets where they're just clipped together, like the wall map. You can have a load of them together and just hold it and it won't break. And then we can just, every so often, just put the supports in. Yeah, we could cut. Well, yeah, we can make it like we've done outside the Bugle. I won't make it as thick as Mills because that'll just be horrific. But yeah, we can do it in a different color. We can just have it where it's not even got the yeah. So that's what I mean is like I'm going to have to make sure I put enough of these bricks in underneath. So I'm going to need cups and cups and cups and bricks, aren't I? Because the next level up is going to be 4 by 6. and I'm also going to have to support it. Yeah, it's going to be 4x6. But then the next tier, which will be bigger, I need to support it from the water all the way up. So that's the thing. But I'm sure we can all figure it out. If I do this just for space, how wide do you think we should make the tunnel? Because I can start just putting those water bits down, and then that could be a permanent thing. The tunnel can just go in and come back out again, which will look quite smart. Yeah, it will, but it depends on. Did you mean just like add in a row of 2 every so many to stop it from flopping in? So we're going to have to do 8 bricks high, leave 16 studs, 8 bricks high, leave 16 studs, and so on and so forth. But yeah, we can figure that out as we go, because I'm just going to put a load of the bigger base plate, some of the bigger base plates down, and then base plate it where else it needs to be, because also I'm just going to have a wall on this front and this side. Because those 16x16 art things obviously have the Lego Technic pins in, so it will stop it from bowing, I guess, because I thought that's what we were going to use anyway for the next level. I thought we are going to have the row plates on the floor, and then we're going to add in the 16x16 on the next one. I thought. Duck fix on the roller coaster track. Fair enough. I'm going to take these off and add a little bit of water on the grey, and that'll be where our tunnel is. Yeah, it's just a case we've just got to figure out how. Yeah, I wasn't too sure if it was just reference for size or if it's because it would stop it from snapping. But yeah, anybody's got any idea of how we can get it up to the next one? Or anybody's that's got any of these little mini habitat things? Mandy, I really like that one that you've done. I'm just taking these water tiles off to then put in the correct place. I think maybe 6 wide will probably be quite nice. Or 8. Eight. 8 will work. put these down, give it the illusion that it's coming into the water. So that should... At least we've got a starting point of sizing. Otherwise it's just absolutely impossible. So what is everybody else building and doing this evening? And also, do you have a nice weekend? Who built what this weekend? Let me know. Let me know who did what with what. Ooh, not 100% sure what that is, Mandy, but it sounds good. Sounds good. Right, that one is for reference. So that'll work for the tunnel. Got to figure out the C shape. Obviously, the tan will change colour. That sort of gives us a representation. Ooh, checking of the DMs. Checking away, Mandy. Checking away. Oh. Oh my god, you are quick at this. Right, check that out. That's a good looking pizza as well. That's a cool figure. What minifigure? Oh, is that the what set's that from? Or is that a BAM figure, Mandy? Yeah, okay. So that changes to grey. That'll all get tiled and obviously done properly. That'll be tunnel, straight over. Just keeping it easy. We're just going to straight line. That'll be just much more simple. And then I might go one or two more deep, so it gives. But I won't. That way, I don't actually have to tile everything. Same thing on that one. With the penguin coming out, that will work nicely. I'll raise this up by whatever, and then they're both BAM. Oh, fancy for the BAM. Oh, really smart, Mandy. So for this ground level, we're thinking penguin definitely. Any other scenario of things that need to go underneath? We've got a load of toxic waste that'll be coming out. I suppose we could have Ginty's idea in one of these little things of just a load of barrels of waste, couldn't we? Which will just give the illusion that there's a load of waste underground. That'll work. So well done, Ginty. We can utilise that nicely. That can go right at the front just here. I can see exactly where that's going to go. That'll be spot on. So that's the chunkiness of what the water will be. Water comes through and water comes back round again. Everything needs to be in grey. This bit here can be used as another plate, and then we can do that as the barrels, which I've got a plate, so I'll just use that. We'll see how quickly we start running out of space. Oh, Jinty, go for it. Let us know what you get, though. Make sure it's nice. She's teasing us. I got my supply just here, Jinty. Okay. We are okay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right, great idea. I just need some bins. Yeah. I don't need trans green. And everything ready apart from the trans green. Jinty's throwing a curveball. Really good. I think I have the trans greens there. He says, yeah, they are. There they are. Toxic green. So we have that dangling off the edge. I'll just leave them there so we know that that's the toxic bit. Have them actually dripping into the water as well. Then we'll get the Slimer scenario. That will work. Oh, he says that's lost forever. No, rescued and found. Rescued and found. Yeah, see, the good thing is that all of this should be easy enough to pick up. So it shouldn't be too bad. But if we just get a very rough template of exactly what it is, then I know what I'm looking for. So we can just go something like that with it dripping into the water. So literally, this is just a smidgen too thick. And then the bins in there, and then obviously built up from the back. And then we can have one or two just hidden within. Water for the penguin. Water for the penguin. It'll meet there, and that's about as far over as we'll come on this bit. And then I'll just brick the rest of it off because you're not really gonna. I could maybe add one more there, but with the tunnel, we've got maybe two or three more that we can do. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that'll work for him. That'll work. Yeah, just all those little bins, all that side of stuff. That'll work really. That worked really well. So we got Anything else that we need to put underneath? Anything that you can think of? Unless we just have 3 scenes underneath, or we just have the 2. Yeah, we could put all that in the coming out the piping, Ginty. We can have that coming out. That'll work. Because there's a shark as well, isn't there? We could have a little scene with shark repellent underneath. Joe said that about a little Easter egg. We could have a shark with some shark repellent and some bat merch boxes left underneath the city, and that could be the other side of the tunneling, and that should probably do the trick then, to be honest. So for sizing, we've got a little bit of water there. I can either get a bigger one or just push this over. To be fair, I might just do that. That'll be the water at the front. Water, water, water all the way up. Something there. Something there. Tunnel bit. Something here, and that'd be it. I think that would do. Yeah. Well, we can put that in the next one, Jay. I think what we've done is I think that will work. I think that will work because Mandy's made the one that Mandy's done. We can do like half and half, so we could have like the barrels and toxic on the floor, and have it coming down. That's the one that Mandy's made. Or we have that in much bigger Mandy on the next level. We could just have we could just use that as a room. What chocolate did you get, Ginty? Yeah, because all of that and everything that's on fire, we can have that on the one on the way up. Because I suppose what I could do is I could leave space for like a dock scenario or something. But this is very much a case of once it starts, it's not going to change. So if anybody doesn't pipe up now, that's it. Tough. But if you want the shark repellent, that needs to go ground level. That'll be there. I'm just trying to use stuff for reference. Oh, they're quite nice actually. Toxic waste. Penguin on this corner. Bricks or us? How are we, sir? No, I think I haven't. Killing. I think that's why I'm flagging a little bit, to be honest. Nice. Ginty's on it. Not yet, Mandy. We might get it. Dave, how are we? What you mean? Start tiling the river? Yeah, probably got enough water, or there or thereabouts. I mean, I can start doing it, but the only thing is, yeah, it sounds good fun, Dave. I love a good hotel room. Mr. Saturday, how are we? Jay's got his meatballs. Nice. Yeah, because I can start tiling it. Just depends if it's all right on the green base plate, or we want it on like multicolour base plates, because it's just we've got the spacing for this. I've actually got all the base plates needed for ground level, and then it's just going to be a case of figuring out how we can support it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Saturday. Yeah. So we've decided to add in some water because Gotham is on an island and it has bridges and it gets cut off in basically every single film. So what we're going to do is basically everything that we said we're going to do, we're just going to raise it by 8 bricks. And then under those 8 bricks, on the bits that I can see easily and take photos, we're going to have bits cut into the rock. So we're going to have a toxic bin bit, the penguin scene. We've got a big pipe tunnel that we're going to put in and through on like an L shape, which will be fine. So we can have the penguin and a duck in that as well. And then a Easter egg with shark repellent and a shark swimming around. But it means then the base front row will be still 4 wide. That'll all be water, which means where we can put some boats there. And then where we had the tunnels going in, they'll go up to the next level. The gaps underneath the table we can then block off with Mr. Freeze freezing the water and the side of the table. Yes, sir. So that is now going to go up 1. So Ace Chemicals will go up to the next level. That's why underneath Ace Chemicals, Ginty and Mandy came up with the idea of having like a chemical bin with it all leaking into the water. Colin, how are we, dude? Everybody, hi, hello, hello and hello, hello and hello. Anybody can think of anything that you want to build on. Well, to be fair, I've just done it. We're saying 6 deep, but it could be bigger than that. That is underneath Gotham. Let me know, because once this bit starts to get done, it's not going to be it can't be changed. So I am going to start stripping down the front of these. It's all spaced out and good to go. To add the next tier on is going to be a bit of a pig. I still haven't quite figured that out yet. So Colin, Saturday, everybody, ignore the colours. It's all completely wrong, but that'll be where his chemical bit will go. Tunnel here with water with the penguin coming round. He comes out here. This was obviously the plan to add in just like a little room. We can do another one there. In fact, we can do 2 there, and we can do another one there. So we've got space for another 1 or 2 of those if we want to, but we can make these deeper over here, depending on what it is and what scene you want. That would work underneath Gotham, and then it just gets raised up to the next level. Everything all right with you, Colin? You've been busy. How's life? We all good? Cowboy Dave is about. Well, there is. I think it's all a bit staggered for me. Ginty's stuffing her face with chocolate. I think Lego student's on her way to eat that as well, which is good. I'll add in some ripples on this as well, which will work. But yeah, we'll have Mr. Freeze by the table. That'll just be 2 16 deep. We won't see the rest of it, so it's fine. So I don't have to do that. Oh, Glasgow, that's it. How many hours was that, Colin? But yeah, we just need to think of how we put these supports in the water for the next level up. Otherwise, it's going to be floating and it's just going to snap. So 7 hours. Oh, that's rough. It's rough. 7 hours is not fun. I will leave 2 studs from the outer edge. Oh, what? Stone chip, Colin. That's just painful. We don't like that. We don't want that, Colin. No, thank you. Mine was, ouch. Yeah, that sounds terrible. I'm not going to lie. Sounds absolutely terrible. So anybody got any ideas, anything that you want to build, anything that can go underneath? And also now, actually, while you're all in the chat, because all of you are master builders and master debaters at the same time, for the next tier up, which is just going to be a completely run-down, deserted city, if we are going to have Ace Chemicals as the center point, what else goes with it? The Rock one. That sucks, Colin. Easy to is it easy fix for you? Can you come to your place and work and just get it done? At least it didn't go through the windscreen though. That could have been slightly ticklish and painful at the same time for you. Mr. King, how are we? 11. We're at 11. That is disgusting. What is going on? Oh, that rock didn't like you, Colin. The rock's like, I know what we're going to do. We're going to attack Colin's face and ruin his day. Does anybody know what else will go with Ace Chemicals as well? You know anything will work? That's well, you're lucky, Colin. Very, very lucky, which is good. Doing that sort of thing for the water, that all right? Bit of ripplage. I just do it in slightly different colours. It was waiting for you, Colin. There it is. English. Bang. Have it. Sabotage on purpose, Colin. Yeah, Colin probably was. He's probably swearing about the Scottish and everything, but that's the bit that we... Well, it's either wanted freedom or he was stopping Colin from coming in. Either or, it's a bit emotional. Does it make sense what we're doing Saturday? So everything's the same, but it's just got this little lower level, just so we can add in water, basically. That's all that's different. That's all that is different. But anybody that can think of anything that needs to go underground, tunnel going in and out for the penguin duck has to be done. A small little base plate micro build for the chemicals underneath one of the factories, that'll be fine. Easter egg to the shark repellent, the shark in the water, that'll have to be done. This then means we can add in 2 boats from the Dark Knight that can go at the front, that'll be fine. Also means we can actually add in a bridge which can be blocked off like they do in the films as well. And things above that is just the same. Yep. See you later, Jay. Make sure I'll fill everybody in about J. Dogwell's toy collection tour. Mr. King is yet to have a bath or a shower. Yeah, I bet it made you jump. But do you need your seat steam cleaned as well, Colin? Yeah, we're doing something which is pretty cool. We've got a base. I just hope that I've given myself enough room for this water, otherwise it would suck. But I'll give myself 2, 1, 2. Yeah, so there'll be 2 studs on the outer edge So that'll be okay. Joe, he's gone. Jay's gone. His food's involved. He's like, bye. All right, so I think Saturday Ave knows where we're at. Everybody else knows where we're at. Mandy's come up with some good ideas with regarding. Oh, we got a wave as well. Mr. JD has waved. See you later, dude. Enjoy your evening. Obviously, everything on this lower level will be done in grey, not in tan, but we're just doing it for space. The water can stay where it is for the space. The Mr. Freeze thing, I will add in more wedges, but they'll have to be done with white or clear, which is obviously something I don't have, which is slightly annoying. But there's plenty of people in here. Just say we can say hello to each other and wave and whatever you guys want to do. Ginty, I don't know if she's in a food coma from all of her chocolate or what. So how long are you down there for, Colin and Dave, as you're both on tour? How long are you both away for? You're both back Thursday night, Friday? You're there all weekend? How long are you guys down there for? Does anybody know, actually, think about it, does anybody know of any Lego City boats that would scale with this? Because I can't find anything apart from the really big, expensive ones, which is a pain because they're massive and they're really expensive. Oh, you'd be tag teaming me up on Thursday. You can have a race. You can text each other and be like, I'm going to leave now. See who wins. Give Colin a bit of a head start, though. Not too sure, Colin. So this has basically come about out of nowhere because we're doing a big Gotham display. It's going to be in a multi-tiered display, and we had it basically laid out where it's going to be 416 base plates wide, 7 base plates long. We figured out where the road and everything was going to go and blah 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 blah. But now it's been suggested that we should have water because it's on Gotham's on an island, which makes sense. But it also means that we can add in the boat scene from The Dark Knight where they've got the 2 boats. So it just depends on what boats we can find that would look good. You know, when he's got the detonator, they both got a detonator on the boat each. That'll just go directly out the front. But I don't know. I don't know if that will work or fit or what. So I'm not too sure. Is Mandy caught back up? I think Mandy's back. But yeah, this will start. Obviously, we're starting the water properly now. But this build will start properly 3 weeks from now when I get back. So yeah, any ideas? Please give us a shout. Oh, that could work if it's just in scale. Because the base plate is going on will be 16, so 16 by 16, four of them. So we can fit two boats on there. I know there is a couple of new friends boats out. Monday, I know there is, but no, you finished. You finished in your coma. Nice. Ginty has a chocolate belly. It's a loud ginty. It's the best way to be. Chocolate coma, absolutely it's the best place to be. Yeah, some of the boats are enormous, and I need 2 of them really. That's if we recreate that scene. We might not want to recreate that scene. It's just with all of this going in, I'm assuming people probably want that to be done, but we've got time to play with. But like Saturday was straight on it with Ace Chemicals, which is what everybody else had suggested as well. That tier, all of it just needs to be run down, absolutely ruined, load of buildings completely broken up. We can do that more tan base maybe. Just really, because I suppose the tan looks dirty, doesn't it? If we can have that as our dirty avenue down there. But doing it this way, it does give us a bit more space, because if we're going to not put all the road plates in until the next one up, it allows us to have the best of both worlds with regards to space on both levels. So which is good and helpful. Right, I'm going to regret asking this because I'm starving, but who's going to be having what for their food? Mr. King is running like a chicken. I am nearly done at this one base plate. This doesn't look too bad. You get the idea, don't you? It looks sparkly and watery. Not right for everybody. There you go. That's ideally that's what we want the Mr. Freeze wall to look like as well. So that's what it will look like, but it's obviously the white's not trans. So what these tiles? Yeah, they all have to be facing the same way. I get beaten and abused, Colin. What tiles are we talking about? Which ones? The water. It's supposed to be water. Is that all right? What tiles are you after? I'm confused. Are these the ones that you're actually after, or is it the fact that they're not the right way? Ah, it's what these you're after. Oh, unlucky. Yeah, I've got them in orange, Mandy. I could have got them in another colour, but I didn't bother because I didn't think I'd use them. So they're not too bad to get hold of at the moment, but I'm saying that now. I'm going to need a load of them. I'm never going to be able to get them again. I do need them in clear. I need them in like a ice colour. So I can make up that wall nice and smart. I make things. I probably would do that, Mandy. I just have blue base plates. I think it looks fine with base plates. Yeah, the tiles look really nice, I know. Until they've been put in the wrong place and you've got to peel them all back up again, which sucks a lot, but it's all good fun. Yeah, that would be fine and fine. So Colin and Dave, if you're still here, are you have you got any Lego to build with you this week? This is Saturday Avenue. Welcome back. Welcome back. Not too far sure when you went, but I'm just making sure that you understand what we're doing, really. And then as long as you're up to date with it all, perfect. Right, okay. Oh, Mandy, your city is going to look absolutely stunning. Right, so plan of attack. Water. Nice, shiny, pretty water on base plates. Oh, what you're looking for the Rancor Pit and Jabba the Hutt? Because the Boba Fett Hutt's thing's coming out, isn't it? Hey, well done. What do you buy, Colin? So this is going to go all the way in a straight line to the back wall where Mr. Freeze will be stood, freezing the gap. This is the little fake wall that we're going to be putting in across the bottom. This is going to go all the way across the front in the correct color, which will be grey. And then we're going to have the duck scene going through the water and then going back through. Yeah, what I was thinking of doing, Colin, is adding the actual, because this is going to be water as well, that I was thinking of putting a bit more green on here, unless you want green in it. Is that what you mean? Or I can just put it on top. I can place a couple on top. Yeah, the Legos everywhere, Mandy. You can pick up like the little sets and stuff. So that's going all the way down. I've left that free because that's going to be where when you're going to need to put the structural support straight up to the top, and then that'll be the next level is on here. This will obviously be roofed over. The next level goes on top of that. Jobs are good. Well, to be fair, it's all you've missed is Mandy sent over a load of little habitat things, which is amazing. Because we just thought about adding in water, and because it just needs to be a water. So basically, what we were going to put on the table, 50% of it's going to be raised up to tier 1. The road, the big oval road, will be raised up to tier 2, and then that means that what was going to be Arkham Asylum and all that sort of stuff can just be, the whole thing can be that. So we can make it really rough. We can put the tumbler on that level, and we can just have it all sort of nasty stuff that goes on there, hence the chemicals dripping in and everything else. And then the one up from that is where we can put the nice new shiny road plates, and we can put really nice buildings and that side of things in there. So okay, well, yeah, I mean, I can it depends if you want it really neon scummy on, hang on, that's a shape on this side, because that's where the little habitat bit is, and on this side it's where the boats are, and we don't put it by those boats, or we do it and I just don't clip them in, and when I put the boats in I can just have the green trans around the bricks, so it looks like it's just leaking into all the water, and then those boats would represent the detonator scene from the Dark Knight. Yeah, so even the posh service stations, Lego is the way. Don't be sorry, dude. Don't be sorry. But yeah, we've got it's just a way of trying to get water around it, so we can put water as an L shape, and then the back bit, which we're not really going to see, we'll have two 16 by 16 base plates hiding the gap. Have Mr. Freezer freezing it over. Up he goes. Job's a good one. I've been slipped into the DMs again. Oh, smart. Yes. I like that. Yeah. We could do that on the next one in. So Mr. Killian, for the underground, has just designed this. Do you want that underground, Killian? Or do you want it on the one above? So that can be added in on, so this here can be added in just here. And we have got up until here to fill. And we can add in another one here, if need be. Or we can add it in on that corner, because that is actually nothing. That's just there for space. How big is that, Killian? I can't see because I'm trying to look through the camera. It's not exactly a great idea. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. 16 studs wide, yeah. That can fit the other side of the tunnel. Absolutely no problem. Very smart. Doesn't take you long, did it? So that's the kind of things, guys, you want to be designing bits and pieces like that can go underground. Yeah, makes sense. Well, if it's a sewer scene, I might as well put it beside. I'll put it in the middle, and then just move that over. We'll put that in the front, in the first corner. No, your strip is. I might add that into the. We could have a strip club in the naughty district if you want to, Mandy. But yeah, what I can do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. 11, 12, 13. It's 16, that, isn't it? Yeah, so all I've got to do is just move the water over by 2 studs. And it'll fit right in this corner, which will be perfect. There you go. So Mandy did that one. Well, I can get it into that corner, Killian. I think that looked quite smart between the because if we're going to make water going around the corner, we might as well make it look like that's the service point. So that can be on the naughty level, which will be the tier above this. So Mandy made those 2. So yeah, all ideas like this, guys, just keep sending them to me. Obviously, what Mandy's done is for the level up, unless we hide the strip club in there as a little Easter egg. And I can just put it underneath. I could put that the other side of the tunnel, and people are like, what's that? But yeah, your one, Killian, can go right in this front corner. So the one that you've just done, we can put it here, which would make perfect sense, because that would be the tunnels in for the water. And then maybe 1 or 2 more. It's annoying that I don't have the grey tiles, otherwise I could have just put a row down of grey and we know where we'll be at, but it is what it is. But yeah, any buildings that you guys can kick off, just make them on the micro scale like that, and then when it comes to the next level up, so we've got Ace Chemicals, little strip club like that. Arkham Asylum will go up into that next tier. Also, I was thinking where it's going to be the Arkham Asylum from the Nolan trilogy. Obviously, they're poisoning the water pipes, aren't they? So it makes sense having it open, and it looks like they're putting stuff into it, so we can utilize the gap now that we've got between sort of the foundation, should we say, and then the next level. So that will work. That should work quite well. But yeah, all ideas like that. All ideas like that. But yeah, just ping them over and send them over. Yeah, we can make that fit. Like I said, slightly annoying that we don't have the. I don't have the grey. I need a load of grey tiles just to make the fake wall at the front. It only needs to be a brick deep, and then we've got the add-on bits, which will be fine. I have the Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad that came with Apocalypseburg, and I think I do have quite a few of the DC characters from the CMFs. I think location of those to be determined, but yeah, yours. Yeah, so we should have some figures. But yeah, anything you can think of now for these little cut-ins, just to allow us to have this bridge. The level above the water is going to be 4 by 6 on a 15 by 15 because I can't add it over the water for the bridge. So we're leaving a level off for the bridge. The next level up from that, we know that we've got 2 by 5. We're going to put the road all the way around it. So for the, like I said, the Ace Chemicals and Arkham Asylum and just stuff, we can have everything built on more 16 by 16s. What colour do you want those buildings to be done on? That'll be the next port of call. Yeah, so just fire them out, guys. Fire them out. That Ginty's and Ginty and Mandy's chemical bin, spot on. That go perfectly there. The sewage pipes will go perfectly there. Penguin on the big duck coming out of one of those tunnels will be perfect. Boats at the front, perfect. Anything else that needs to go underneath? Because we've got to build over the top of it, so it's got to go in first. That is an image, Mr. King, that I don't think we need. But what theme music would you use? That's the question. You get out on stage in your chicken outfit. What would you use? Do we think that looks all right as a frozen wall? I know it needs to have other wedges in the clear colour, but can I get away with that? Or does the whole wall, should the whole wall be wedges? Oh, that one. That's 4 studs wide. So Killian has found. I didn't even realise that was actually a thing. So the penguin duck, everybody, is that. So we can have him. Feathers all over the club. We can have him here, coming on to here, which will be covered in the green toxic stuff, yeah? Well, I've only got the white and the blue. It's Mr. Freeze, isn't it? So he's freezing water. So it's to cover that gap. So I don't know what to use. That's the problem. Because I also know what to use, I think, but I just either need a load of trans No, it can't be water, Mandy. It's got to be frozen. So Mr. Freeze is freezing the water, isn't he? So it can't be blues. We can have blue in there, but it wants to look like he's frozen it all. Yeah, we can have him coming out of this side of the tunnel by the laptop, and then coming out. What you want instead of what for what bit on there? You want clear trans instead of what? Obviously with a white base plate though. And then the cheese wedges need to be trans and blue, yeah. It needs to have that effect of ice. But I've only got the white and the blue. I've not got anything else. And it's only going to be two base plates with him stood there. I haven't got a photo, otherwise I would have shown you what it is. But he's got the big freeze gun where we can actually add an effect where he looks like he's freezing the back wall. So that will just hide that gap, and then that'll be done with, which will work perfect. But yeah, that duck coming out to this side of the table, straight into the green toxicness, that'll be spot on. And then the front. Oh, this is another thing now. Do we add in a dock, and then we just have a dock cut into the side? This was just done as an example Saturday. At least you guys know it's just going to be frozen. I'll just leave it like that and leave it beside. So we've got the gap there. But yeah, we could have trans over the white, which would make sense. A couple of wedges for texture. See you later, Ginty. Send some photos over. I'm only going to be on for another 10 minutes, but keep us up to date with all your ideas and things. Looking forward to seeing what you're going to do with that, Ginty. And enjoy the chocolate as well. If you got any more left, sounded tasty. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be building much more on this one. And then we'll have another conversation about the Star Wars stuff later on in the week. And that'd be it. I think I might only do 2 lives this week. Well, if there needs to be a dock, then I know that could be the next 2. And then that saves us actually doing anything else, which would be perfect. You take care, Ginty. Ice tiles are in the new Chinese. Are they? Ah. That means that might mean I might be able to order some. All right. Well, if we want a dock, that's that then, yeah. Those 2 a dock. Simple. And we just build in. We can just have 2 16 base plates as a dock, and then obviously the supports just go up and back. So I just build up. Done. Simple as that. Simple. So if anything else wants to be built into here now, it goes down by the laptop. Yeah, we can put that in at the very, very, very top, dude. Yeah, that'd be nice to put a helicopter pad on one of the top of the buildings. I know what Ginty's going to be doing now. She's doing some work on a fish tank with some Lego. I'm really intrigued to know what she's doing. But yeah, all right. We'll put the dock in on 2 16 by 16s. I think I have a dock. I have a Lego City dock. Can I just not put that in there and just scale it? Can I get away with that? Can we cheat rather than mocking that up? Because it would save so much time. I think it's a dock. It's got the crane anyway from the dock, but I'm not too sure what it is. I've got the instructions somewhere. It's one of the new Lego. Well, I say one of the newer. Yeah, those boats go in there. That goes in there. Dock at the end. Spot on. Fine. If that's the case, and then we can put the dock in on those, probably on those two 16 by 16s. That'll be fine, and just make it a more of a micro thing. Just won't be out. It just won't be able to be so as tall. But they do a lot of stuff. They do a lot of stuff on the dock, don't they? Get whatever, can get whatever, but just if you guys send me a list of the stuff that you think will look nice, I can hunt it down. This is all your designs, so I'm just somebody wanted water, so it's changed. So we've added this in. Yeah, because all I do is I can just put the base plates down on the outer edge where it needs to be done. Put the support, so we can figure out how we're going to get it supported up, and then the next tier goes on, and then it goes up again. So yeah, that'll be all right. So the large amount of row plates won't go up until what would be technically tier 2. Water's obviously 0, and then first tier, second level. So that'll work. Mr. Freeze by the Ice, I won't have him until, well, I'm not going to be doing a live on this for a couple of weeks. So Doc goes in that bit. That bit you won't see, so nothing goes there. So that leaves something beside the Jinty's and Mandy's toxic ace chemical bin. I've got nothing Saturday, nothing at all. This is why I need people's ideas, because we need to think that far ahead so I can hunt them down when I go to the stuff. That depends if we do it in black, because it's not black in the other films. So like in things like Hush and things, it's slightly different. So yeah, like all the windows and stuff. I mean, ideally, if the Daily Bugle was in black, we could just use that and just plonk that in and had that in this corner. But yeah, because ideally we could just pick up the Daily Bugle, put it on top here, and it just goes up, and that's where Wayne Towers would be. They'd be like, yeah, beautiful. Fair enough. Yeah, so I would have thought I think the DC game came out at the same time as the Dark Knight trilogy, I think. Well, the thing is that the tall building that we've got is all glass, isn't it? That's the problem. It's glass and no bits, which is annoying. Obviously, we've got the Joker Manor, which is massive. Yes, that'll work. Yeah, put those feet in. So that's what Killian sent. Spot on. Right, guys, that is going to be the end of that. So that finishes this bit. So nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen on this now for 2-3 weeks. So if you've got any ideas whatsoever, let me know. In that time frame, I'll try and find grey. It's quite funny, of all the colours I've got plenty of that, but I don't have grey. Either tomorrow or Thursday, we will do the Star Wars stuff. Figure out where we're going to put the bits and pieces for that, and then that potentially might be the last one for a while, which will be exciting. What building do you mean, Killian? Which one for? What you mean, like it should be a load of windows on that one, or? Well, no, I'm going to Dubai, dude, aren't I'm going on. I go Sunday, so that's what I mean. It's like we haven't, but by the time I get back, it'll be a while. So, and I want to get this bit sorted, and I want to get the Star Wars bit sorted, and then yeah, there'll be no live, obviously, anything to do with this the following week. And then when we get back around to it, I won't be going live again till Thursday at the earliest. So yeah, that's why I wanted to try and get this organised so I can try and get some pieces in for when I come back. Otherwise, I won't be able to get anything done until I get back, and then we're gonna have to wait another 2-3 weeks. Um, yeah, so that's what I mean. It's the tallest building I've got is the Bugle, and we can't really. It's a shame that we can't just copy that design, but obviously, like, it can't have all the glass and everything in. But yeah, we just have to figure out how we're going to put those buildings in, with what brick color we use, and then where we put the Technic supports in for the pins and things to hold the rest of it up. But yeah, we've got plenty of time to figure all that out. We can be banging ideas around over the next couple of weeks, and then anybody else that's watching this back, and it's just all the ideas like this to have something to get going when I come back. It means that we can spend a live or two just building that. And then I can hunt down the dock now, get the base plates down. We know it's going to be 6 bricks or 8 bricks from the base high, just as a breaker on this side. The other side doesn't need anything there, so that's okay. And then try and hunt down some trans tiles and things like that. So yeah, that's the best we can do. Yeah, the new tools will be cool. Yeah, we also, I'll do another live this week, but it's not going to be this related. It'll be this, so that way I can. Don't forget, I'm doing video diaries for everything. So when we get to a certain point, so either tomorrow or Thursday, it'll be very much a case of those. And to be fair, I have got the Razor Quest built just there, but I haven't done the last bag yet. I've just got the 2 engines to put on, but the 2 engines clip on with the Technic pin. So I thought we could have that on display with the engines off and on fire, because obviously, for whatever reason, spoiler alert on that one. But that's done just there. So it's up by the police station. And talking to the police station, obviously that will need to be tidied up and sorted out at the front before we add the next level on, otherwise I can't reach. So I can do all this ground level and put the tunnels and everything in, but I won't be able to reach that. So that needs to be done as well. Right, guys, I'm going to get going. I'll let you say goodbye to each other. Ideas you have, let me know, and then we can really get our teeth sunk into this in a couple of weeks' time, which will be nice and exciting. So either tomorrow or Thursday will be Star Wars stuff, and then we'll get the path in the museum and all that sort of stuff in, and just get the base plates. Again, it's just getting the base plates down and just getting it tidy, so we have a thing that we can hit the ground running when I come back, because my eyeballs are going to be falling out my face by the time I get back. So it's just to keep it moving forward, isn't it? Right, guys, take it easy, everybody. I'll let you say goodbye to each other, and then I will skedaddle. But thank you for everybody's input. The ideas are amazing. Looking forward to the toxic bins underneath. Looking forward to putting the docks in. Looking forward to putting the tunnel in, all the water and everything. Just need to get the grey. So the grey's key. Once I can get those in, that we'll hit the ground and just get going on that, which will be good. So, all right, guys, take it easy, everybody, and I will see you either tomorrow or Thursday for the Star Wars stuff. And then, like I said, that might be the last one until I get back, but there'll be lots of filming, which will be good. Dubai, Colin, going over to Dubai to get a load of filming done. So there'll be about 55 videos being filmed, which will be a lot of work, but a lot of fun at the same time. But yeah, there's a lot of content to come. But just hopefully it can all work all right. But yeah, I can DM you and give you the heads up of where it is and everything else. It's just a nice little resort with it's Legoland based, obviously. It's the Dubai Parks and Resorts over there, and it's got a water park, a Lego park, and a couple of other bits and pieces. So I'll be doing videos about all of it. And the mini land over there is just spectacular, and yeah, it's just mad. But that's come around much sooner than I thought it was going to. But right, I'm waffling, guys. I will catch you Tuesday or Thursday. It's going to be Star Wars related, and then if I can do 3 lives this week, Gotham was 1, Star Wars is 2. I want to tidy up the city before I go for live number 3, and I can get some building done as well. So simple as that. Simple and as easy as that. Guys, take it easy, everybody. Enjoy your evening. Keep me up to date with everything. Stay warm, stay safe, and all that good stuff. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Bye, bye, bye.